If I was Cavendish, I would put some sleeping pills in my drink every time I'm about to get into a fight. I'm just saying. So not the most eventful chapter with this chapter. One Piece, for the most part, we had a couple different things going on. Mainly, the beginning of the chapter was explaining what happened. And it's kind of funny how so many people were like, you don't know what you're saying. Why would Rebecca get up? It's obvious that they're all down, blah, blah, blah. And people were saying that Kaido was in the fight and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I said Rebecca was the one getting up. Last chapter was about Rebecca progressing and getting stronger without her father, and it made sense to follow up with that. Although nobody saw it coming with Cavendish having this Hakuba when he falls asleep, it takes over and shit. And that was actually like one of the epic parts of the chapter. Probably the only epic part of the chapter was mainly like this Hakuba guy that takes over when Cavendish is sleeping. That's mainly what made Cavendish into what he is, because other than that, he's not that much of a warrior. And just respect for Rebecca, like, you know, being able to pull it off while everyone else was getting fucked up by Hakuba. She kind of survived it. She got back up. Everyone else got fucked up. And I'm just glad to see this character progressing with a good character. Like, overall, I think Oda's doing a good job with this new character, making a strong female with, you know, a lot of obstacles to overcome and doing it in a just way. And it's not just like, you know, oh, she had a dark past and she overcame that in the past. Like, we're actually being able to witness this right now. So I guess that's one of the best things about a chapter like this. We got some other stuff with King Riku tied up by Doflamingo. Doflamingo, you know, with his dastardly deeds, and he kind of monologued a little bit, explained stuff that we already knew. How, you know, oh, this family decided on this particular day. So it wasn't too hyped about that one, other than the fact that, hey, we get to see Doflamingo a little bit more. And I'm never mad when I get to see good old Don in his fucking natural habitat of being a nut job. And it's interesting how Viola or Violet kind of coordinated as well on this particular event. She was basically hoping for Luffy and Law and Doflamingo to go at it with each other and just try to, you know, I guess, make a big clash with them, so to speak. It was interesting when Doflamingo said Luffy won't make it out of that Coliseum as a human, and it's like, is he really betting that Luffy is going to get turned into a toy? Even if Luffy does get turned into a toy, we know Luffy, we know One Piece. If he gets turned into a toy, he's still going to fuck shit up even as a toy. I mean, we've seen that toy soldier kicking ass, so if Luffy was turned into a toy, he's just going to use his abilities as a toy. Maybe it'll be a little bit more straining on him because he'll be a toy, but nonetheless, he's still going to fuck shit up. So even if he temporarily gets turned into a toy, which I could totally see that happening just for comedic value and just to make things a little bit more interesting, nonetheless, Luffy will still fucking beat anybody that gets in his path for the most part, except maybe Doflamingo. I mean, come on, he's fucking OP. Luffy needs to be at his best to fight Doflamingo, but like, if within the Coliseum he gets turned into a toy for a little bit, he'll kick everyone's ass in there. Problem solved. I love seeing that Franky's pretty much putting in the most work right now. Like, you see Franky, he's there fucking beating people's ass. Doflamingo trying to say, yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to take on, you know, the cream of the crop up there, but nonetheless, it's good to see characters like Franky. I really truly appreciate it when Oda doesn't forget, and he doesn't just like throw sidelines where you just keep on seeing Franky saying super every 10 seconds, because, you know, he kind of calmed that down, and it's just really like giving him more of a moment, and I'm really liking, like, yo, Franky's one of the only ones that's going in and fucking shit up down at the factory. Then the end of the chapter, Luffy, Zoro, and Kinemon meet up with Violet, so good progression on that part. For the most part, the chapter was I wasn't too big of a fan of it, to be honest with you. It was good progression. I was really impressed with Cavendish's sleeping ability, where he pretty much becomes Hakuba, and also having that Rebecca was the one that got up. Good progression of that character as well. And then just decent progression towards the end with them meeting up. But for the most part, wasn't the biggest chapter. I guess it was interesting seeing Doflamingo having Law fucked up there, sitting in that, like, it seemed to be, it was the spade or the ace. I think it was the spade or the ace. I don't know. One or the other. But he had him in the chair. I wonder if that has to do with more of his ambitions, because we do know, you know, he has those symbols and whatnot. So interesting stuff there. But aside from that, wasn't the most eventful chapter, and I just wasn't too hype about it, because it was really just decent progressions here or there, and the beginning of the chapter was just a lot of explanation of what happened in the chapter prior. But let me know what you guys think. First of all, Rebecca getting up, do you think that was a good move? Did Oda do it right there? Do you think that Rebecca should have lost and it should have been some other unforeseen event where somebody else did it all? And also, what do you think is Doflamingo's plans regarding Law? I thought Law would have been in custody or something. He would have given him to the Marines, but it seems as though they let him take Law with him for whatever reason. You know, what is the reason? Just overall thoughts of the chapter. Again, it was an alright chapter. I give this one 6 out of 10. It was fine. Not a bad chapter, just it was decent progression in certain areas. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Franky going in, alright? Because these main characters that kind of get the side effect, to see them still shining, it's fucking awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.